Good evening once again. It's Friday, and welcome to Gay Detroit Radio. Yes, we're here once again on 9 p.m. on a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful Friday evening. What a wonderful... I've had the nose fixed, now the teeth won't work. What a wonderful day today. I spent most of my day in the garden, getting my little white shoulders nice and pink, so I look like a lobster now. Do you know when you have it in your mind's eye that I'm going to get nice and tanned and nice and trim, and then you look in the mirror and you think, oh my God, who's that old man? Old woman. Ugh. Anyway, not to put a damper on this beautiful day, we've got lots to talk about today. We have got a lovely, lovely lady by the name of Leah Taraskiewicz. That's it. Leah Taraskiewicz. She's going to be on the show a little bit later. She's with the Equality of Michigan, and it's announced the appointment of Leah Taraskiewicz to the position of Victims Advocate, and she will be working with the organization's Department of Victim Services to provide services and support to victims of LGBT HIV-related discrimination, harassment, intimate partner violence, and hate crimes. So we're going to have that a little bit later. Don't forget, we've got lots and lots to talk about. You can also get all this on gaydetroit.com as well, because remember, this is www.radio-op.com. I so say that. This is every Friday at some. The show then will be released on Gay Detroit Radio, where you can click when convenient at your own time. And then we've got Gay Detroit Radio at gmail.com if you want to email us. Twitter at Gay Detroit Radio. I nearly said Radio Gay today then. Good God, that was taking me back a few years in New York, when I had the show there for 8 years. Little name dropping there. Who cares? But yes, Gay Detroit Radio on Twitter and also on Facebook. So if you want to get in touch with us, you can. And if you remember, a few weeks ago, we had Mr. Jeff Goot, the local legend, our little rock legend of Detroit. Yes, Mr. Jeff Goot. He was on the show. And if you want to listen to that interview, that is also on the website. We have all the past few shows on the website. So if you want to listen to them, you can do. He's also on there as well, talking in his little dulcet tones. Yes. And I thought we'd start off with him this week. And it's called Shadows and Light. I'm such an idiot. Ladies and gentlemen, James Dee and Gay Detroit Radio.
So long ago, when we were younger, we were just kids back then, running free. Our heart and soul, you gave me a hunger only you could feed for me. Hope you remember, 'cause your smile made me feel like home. So come on.
Yes, welcome back to Gay Detroit Radio. What a talented young man he is. And actually, believe it or not, a member of his family is actually a neighbor of mine. So I'm looking forward to meeting him as well. So yes, the wonderful talents there of Mr. Jeff Goot and Shadows and Light. Okay, let's get some news now. What I'd like to do is let's sort of keep it light on this section because, actually, there is something. Poor Joan Rivers, she's given the world a scare yesterday when she was rushed to hospital in Manhattan after experiencing a cardiac arrest. Joan was undergoing a throat procedure around 10 a.m. when, according to reports, she just stopped breathing. The NYPD reports that after arriving at Mount Sinai, Joan's heart just stopped beating briefly, plunging into the iconic comedian into critical condition. By Thursday afternoon, however, Joan, who was 81, had returned to stable condition. She's now recovering. Her family wants to thank everyone for all their outpouring love and support. Well, do you know, actually, God bless her, 81, and she doesn't give a crap. She says, you know what, forget it. I'll save that word for another time, But anyway, God bless her. She's back on the road to discovery. Now, CNN this week rather pissed me off. Was it ESPN. Sorry, I do apologize, not CNN. ESPN, actually, now they did a great big coverage on Michael Sam's showering habits. This is because he's gay. Now you can all take a seat because The Daily Show is actually he's actually handled this because Jon Stewart was really it's so totally ridiculous. The fact that he hasn't been getting naked around them at all. There's no grab ass, no dick slaps, no ball cupping, and none of the locker room behavior that is normal heterosexual NFL players' behavior. These are straight guys fondling each other's balls and asses. This is straight guy behavior, but once a gay guy comes into the shower, nobody does it anymore. Bullshit. These guys don't give a toss. They really don't. I can't understand why a reporter had the nerve to turn around and then say, well, how does the gay guy shower? Well, would you like to know how the gay guy takes a piss? Or how he sits down on the toilet if he needs to poop? Idiot! Moving on. Now, after a decade on the air, So You Think You Can Dance is now going to feature its first romantic same-sex routine. The Final Four will perform to The Wind Beneath My Wings, with the routine choreographed by Travis Wall. And they let the dancing do the talking. Although nothing was said about it on the air, Fox's So You Think You Can Dance actually was aired, yesterday, I do apologize. No, Wednesday, sorry, I do apologize. And the top four contestants actually did a good job. And The Wind Beneath My Wings, openly gay choreographer Travis Wall. So apparently the world still stands. There was no tsunamis. The sky is still blue. And we can still sing songs. Also, congratulations to Florida. Yesterday, a federal district court judge in the Tallahassee held that Florida's discriminatory marriage ban is unconstitutional. Quelle surprise. The ruling applies to granting marriage licenses to same-sex couples in Florida and the recognition of the marriages of the same-sex couples performed outside of the state. Florida is now the 16th state in which the federal court has struck down a marriage ban as unconstitutional. Okay, since Doma was thrown out of court with SCOTUS. SCOTUS is still on my shit list with his Hobby Lobby ruling. I do really apologize, and that was not a slant at anyone. I do apologize. So we're going to have a little bit of music. We had a little bit of Jeff Goot earlier. Next week, we're going to have a little interview with a young man. I've been playing his music for a few weeks. Cullen Blue. I'm going to play some of his music. And actually, nice young man, a nice, talented young man, as you're going to hear. And we're going to hear Chariot. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Gay Detroit Radio. I'm James Dee. You're listening to www.radio-op.com. Ooh, I just love this show.
I've been trying to catch my breath. Lately I've been trying to clear my head. Lately I've been wondering what the fuck is wrong with me. Staring at the clouds and asking why. Why am I the one to fight inside? I wish I had the answer, but I'm no genius. And any other man would say, just trust in Jesus. I gotta find a way out of this dump that I call home. But I never try to move out my comfort zone. So I'll wait for my chariot awaits, and I'll never land, I'll never come back down again. Oh, yes, I'll wait for my chariot awaits, and you'll never see me, you won't believe me, watch me fly. Never had a love to keep me high. Never had that chance to say goodbye. Never had the nerve to speak up and say why I was crying. I was dying deep inside. I never wanted anyone to see that side. I wish I had the answer, but I'm no genius. And any other man would say, just trust in Jesus. I need to find the strength and fast. Time is running low, but all I do is sit and stare, beg for hope. So I'll wait for my chariot awaits, and I'll never land, I'll never come back down again. Oh, yes, I'll wait for my chariot awaits, and you'll never see me, you won't believe me, watch me fly. Watch me fly. Chariot awaits,
Yes, welcome back. That was Colin Blue and Chariots. More to talk about in the wonderful world of GayDetroitRadio.com. Now, I honestly think we're really just getting into a complete stupid world of stupid people. Because I've got like 3 pieces of news here, which have really got to be in the stupid corner. Now, there's a GOP governor. He wants supermarkets to start selling wine so women can get home faster and make dinner. Yes, make dinner while drunk. Oh, make din-dins while drunk on wine for their lovely husbands. Tom Corbett, the Republican governor of Pennsylvania, has poll numbers so terrible that today in the Washington Post labeled them impeccably bad. Corbett is desperately trying to save his job. Excuse me. And as a Republican who opposed same-sex marriage, he read the tea leaves and chose not to fight a ruling that found the state's same-sex marriage ban unconstitutional. After spending $400 an hour on outside attorneys to defend the ban in court. And that's after he compared same-sex marriage to incest. I'm so lucky I haven't got a brother. I wondered if I'd want to screw him. Do you know, I'll never know now. That is so sad. I will never know if it's true that if you're gay and you've got gay marriage, it leads to incest. I will never know. This is so sad. I think I'll have to make my mother pregnant. Okay, moving on. Yes, so therefore, it's just unbelievable. So now it's just unbelievable. I think a lot of people want to be able to walk to a grocery store, particularly a lot of the women. They want to go buy a bottle of wine for dinner, go down and buy a 6-pack or 2 6-packs, buy dinner, and go home, and rather what I described as 3 stops in Pennsylvania. What the flip is this guy on about? I've never known a woman want to buy 2 6-packs and then cook dinner. Now, if it's me, I have 1 6-pack, it's fuck dinner. God, these people. And Pat Robertson. My God. All right, what do we say about this decaying old fart? Can somebody put him in a straitjacket and sort of close him down, put him in a padded cell or something? Because now a 13-year-old son has crushes on boys because he's raised by a woman. Maybe she should have bought a bottle of wine to cook the little fucker's dinner. Obviously, Pat Robertson was actually raised by idiots because he's a total bloody moron. And, do you know, on his 700 Club, it shows daily, and it reaches over 1 million homes daily. This miserable, decrepit old piece of shit has offered some rather misguided. Oh my God! So anyway, this divorced mother is actually her eldest son is having crushes on boys because he's raised by a woman, and obviously because he's gay, he needs a male influence to straighten him. Yes, I think that would be straight on it. For God's sake, what is wrong with you, man? You know, I mean, my parents, totally heterosexual, totally married, and totally Catholic, Roman Catholic, all through the way, and I still ended up being gay. My parents did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. My parents weren't divorced. I knew at like 6-year-old I was gay, not 13, but I don't know. It's different for each people anyway. So, and now there's an advice columnist. Last but not least in this trilogy of stupidity. A Slate advice columnist has compared bisexuality to attraction to stuffed animals. Oh my God. All right. Will you please hide my teddy bear? I'm feeling a strong attraction to some stuffing. I want to stuff something. And told married bisexuals they should stay in the closet. So all you married bisexuals, you're told that if you're women... I can't believe these people! Told a married bisexual woman to stay in the closet because coming out would be irrelevant. So for God's sake, get over yourself, get over your taddy, ram it up wherever you want to, and then you'll feel so much better and not so irrelevant. I wonder if she gives this advice to her husband. I wonder if her husband's sort of, bisexual. I wonder if she can find him on Craigslist, like all the other married guys. In the Men for Men section? All the married guys looking for you-know-what. Erect little members looking for married members to stuff in their teddy bears. Jesus. All right, and last but not least, in this wonderful section, now in Rome. This is now a rather interesting turn up for the bucks. A top Italian bishop, Nunzio Galatino, says the church must welcome unconventional couples. The Catholic Church should make unconventional couples feel at home instead of making them targets of de facto discrimination. The leader of the Italian Bishops' Conference and an ally of Pope Francis said this week. Couples in irregular matrimonial situations are also Christians, but they are sometimes looked upon with prejudice. Well, bugger me. I never saw that coming, did you? Well, maybe there is light at the end of the tunnel. I don't really know. So, let's have some music. And we've got a wonderful young man. I played him a little earlier. I do like this man. Jeff Goot. We played a nice little song called Shadows and Light earlier. And I'd like to play Bittersweet with Jeff Goot. Don't forget, we've got an interview with a wonderful lady right after this song. I'm James Dee, and you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio with www.radio-op.com. See you soon.
Child gets tainted every day, and of all the things we love, there's that much more to hate. Broken promises are all that we can get from the politicians that allow us to live in hope, in pain, in every part of every day. We drink defeat. All the world is bittersweet.
Yes, welcome back to Gay Detroit Radio. I got a wonderful lady in a new job, and her name is, I'm going to get this right if it kills me, Leah Taraskiewicz. Is that right?
That's it.
Oh, cool. All right. Don't ask me to say it again. Okay. Now, Sarah, excuse me, I'm getting Sarah because of the Tara. I was trying to word associate.
Oh, right.
Leah. Okay, we'll get.
I get
okay.
Sarah a lot.
Yeah, I do apologize. You know, I've got my blonde head on at the moment. Now, you've come to Detroit with the Equality Michigan, and it's just announced your appointment. And let me just get this sorted out a minute. Okay, there, we've got rid of those. Okay, we've gotten those little annoying sounds out. Yes, you've been appointed by Michigan for, is it like Victims of LGBT and HIV-related discriminations? So can you actually explain what that's about, please?
Yeah. So a big part of what Equality Michigan does is that we have a victim services department. So that means that anybody who is a victim of who's an LGBT person or somebody living with HIV who is experiencing violence, discrimination, or harassment based on their identity or their status can get services from us. So that's a wide range of things that we offer, and I am the victim advocate, so I work directly with survivors and victims.
So that's victims of all sorts of crimes, and also all sorts of victims who have got who have HIV and they have discrimination. Is it just total discrimination, or is it violent acts, or is it everything thrown in?
It's all of those. So our three things are violence, discrimination, and harassment.
Well, the thing is, because I used to host a radio show in New York called Radio Gay Today. I was for that for 8 years. I moved over to Michigan for family reasons in 2010. And then I found out Michigan had no legal rights whatsoever, and you could even get fired for being gay.
Right.
Which really floored me. I thought, what the hell have I come to? Who put me here, you know?
Right.
So I'm really glad that actually Michigan now is actually taking it seriously. Now, are they going to introduce more laws, or is this going to fall under the umbrella of same-sex equality, or are we going to have to pass more laws to get more protections for the LGBT community? So how does that work?
Well, so there are many different fronts that people are working on, Equality Michigan included, and also many other organizers nationwide, but also in the state. So right now, people are working on passing the Elliott Larson Act, trying to get that passed in the state legislature. We also have things like the Ethnic Intimidation Act that we're trying to work to add, and that's the hate crimes law, and trying to get sexual orientation and gender identity added to the list of protected classes under that. And then, of course, we have marriage equality that hopefully that would guarantee a whole slew of different rights underneath that we've been working on. So, I mean, there's a lot of different fronts.
So you're actually hopeful? Are you actually hopeful that the same-sex marriages is going to pass through? The stay is going to be lifted? I know I'm putting you on the spot here because you know.
I would go on record saying that I'm hopeful. Honestly, that's not my department.
No.
I'm really working with victims, so I definitely I think that there are a lot of people who are hopeful. So cues from people who are in our policy department and across the state, people who are working on that. And it seems like there's momentum nationwide, so I think that is really what...
Now, on the victims outcome, I'll actually cross into just like the domestic violence, because I think you actually take care of that as well. It's not something that everybody likes to talk about, because especially when we're trying to get equality into full view, for same-sex equality in marriage, nobody wants to talk about the domestic violence issue, and it is an issue, and it's quite a staggering issue. But yet nobody wants to talk about it, because even in the straight world, it's still a taboo subject. So how are you going to deal with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you've hit on something that's actually very important to me, and my background is actually working in the field of domestic violence. I came from a local agency that works to end domestic violence as well as sexual assault. And what we know about the LGBT community is that people in our community experience domestic violence, or what we call intimate partner violence, at the same rates as heterosexual people.
Now, do you find this is actually either drink-related or drug-related? Because everybody likes to label and pigeonhole everything as like, homosexuals actually take more drugs, homosexuals actually drink more than their straight counterparts. I actually don't find this because, there are plenty of heterosexual drunks out there as well. So, I don't like being labeled. But I found actually in our straight counterparts or our happy heterosexual counterparts that actually alcohol is a major factor in the domestic violence as it is with same-sex partners. Do you find that true?
I don't actually. I think that what we know and what people in like kind of our popular imagination about domestic violence, people very much associate. I think you're right. Associate alcohol and drugs with domestic violence, and people tend to think that those are factors that cause domestic violence.
Am I losing you?
Addicted to a substance or have a chemical dependency, but that's not causing them to.
Okay, listen, let's just have a little bit of music, and then we'll come back and we'll talk some more, because I would like to talk about the attitude of rape. There's male-on-male rape, and then there's also male-on-female rape, as if they're going to convert a lesbian into straightdom. So I'd like to talk to you about that, if I can, after we've had some music. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio. You can get us on gaydetroit.com, also radio.op.com, and also gaydetroitradio@gmail.com, and J Detroit Radio at Facebook. Everything's Gay Detroit Radio. I wonder why. Anyway, I'm James Dee. I'm your host. I'm going to have a little bit of music.
Watch me in the corners of your eyes. You're dancing here, that's why I came. I strip you naked. In these pictures in my mind, my needs, my wants are hard to tame. Now I wanna run to you, pick you up between your thighs, just to hear you gasp and speak my name. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside, just to hear you breathing as your hips beneath me rise. Let's dance a way you've never seen. I want to creep in you, open the depth of you inside, surrounded by the musk of you and me. You saturate me with the pleasure in your cries, and I won't let go until you scream. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. I'm in your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, under your fingernails. I'm in your, you know where. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. I promise to tell no one. Play along with all the lies. If you'll say that later we can meet, and I'll keep your secret from the public scornful eyes. If that's what it takes to get relief, Just know that one day I'll lay it out to your surprise. They don't really care, it's what you perceive. Why do we run? Why do we hide? Why must I be your secret? You come back to hold on, you lock me inside. I'm in your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, under your fingernails. I'm in your you know where. Keep it down, keep it down, keep it down. I'm in your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, under your fingernails. I'm in your you know where. Keep it down, keep it in your eyes. I'm in your eyes, your hands, your legs, your hair, under your fingernails. I'm in your you know where. Keep it down, keep it down.
Yes, welcome back to Gay Detroit Radio, and that was a lovely song there by Nikki Holland and Secrets. I've got a wonderful lady called, I'm going to try it again, Leah Taraskiewicz, I do believe. Is that how you pronounce it once again?
Just about.
I'm just about there. You know, it's sort of, I've only got to practice it about another 3 million times and I'll just have it right. We were talking just before the song, another thing that's not talked about, and I'll approach the subject. The one thing that is really quite scary is the male on female rape situation, where they actually think that if they rape a woman, she can be converted into being straight. And this is a scary thing that happens quite a lot. And a lot of women don't report this either. So how do you come into play with this, and how do you deal with this?
Sure. So I can't say that I've personally ever worked with a survivor who feels sexually assaulted because of their...
You will be actually introducing programs to help these people.
What's that?
Yes?
Could you say that again?
No, I'm sorry. You will be actually introducing programs to actually help people in these situations, yes?
So I should say that the work, particular around any violence, we definitely advocate for the victim and do whatever. And our services are specifically survivor-centered, so whatever.
Oh, okay, I've got you. Yeah, okay.
So the services are driven by survivors themselves.
And also with the HIV problems, because, I mean, now, the one thing I've found is that for some reason people are getting a little sort of blasé about it, you know, or think it's passé that, you know, HIV is like an old man's disease. And unfortunately, HIV is really becoming quite pandemic once again in our teenagers. Also, with people who have HIV are still facing discrimination in the business world and also in the domestic world of trying to get houses and jobs. So how do you help people with this?
You know, it's weird. You actually cut out there for like 30, or maybe not 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. It's just that I keep losing you. No, just saying, how do you help people within like domestic and also business situations who are being discriminated against their status, their HIV status?
Yeah, absolutely. So luckily more with HIV, what we know is there are some protections under the Americans with Disabilities Act. So there are some actual legal repercussions for discrimination.
Okay, I think I've lost you once again. Listen, Leah, have you got me?
Are being discriminated against because of their HIV.
Okay, Leah, I'm just going to have to say we're going to have to cut this short because we're really losing each other. Next time, if we can have an interview, can we do it like on landline?
Yeah.
Because then, you know, I won't lose you as much. But I'd love to interview you again if we can, because you're a very interesting young lady, and we'd like to hear more from you. Leah, thank you ever so much. Now, is there a number they can get in touch with you, or a website, or an email?
I can give you my email. Yeah, for sure.
Please, if you will.
Yeah, so it's Leah, Leah, @equalitymi.org.
Actually, do you know what? You email me your email number, because I lost you once again. And
no.
I'll actually get it on later on this show. Leah, thank you ever so much. And I do hope to talk to you again. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye-bye. I do apologize, folks. Yes, we got the gremlins, and sometimes the cell phones really just sort of get a little bit crazy. So we're going to have a song, and then we're going to talk about local politics, and then we're going to see what's really going out. I still keep asking, a lot of people keep asking for this guy because he's really good, and I love this song. It's called Gabe Lopez and 'Cause You Like Boys. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio.
Like a drug on the dance floor, you're taken to the sky. As you rise and you want more, you've never felt this high. You love how it tastes and you love how it touch. You love when we kiss, you love when it's too much. The first taste on your lips, the first hand on your hips, and you're spinning around and around. And your world opens up, and you're ready for us, and you're going down, down, down. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause when you love toys, 'cause you love boys. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys. Admit it, you can't quit it, just admit it, you can't quit it. Them plays on the dance floor, you're tasting to the night. What you rise, what you want more, don't promise not to bite. Taste out with love and you taste 'cause you must. A drip on your tongue, introduce you to lust. The first taste on your lips, the first hand on your hips, and your eyes rock and roll back, back. And your world opens up, and you're ready for us, and the room fades to black, black, black. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause when you love toys, 'cause you love boys. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause when you love toys, 'cause you love boys. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like twist and turn your tongue around. How about we have some fun now? Make your eyes roll over right. If you're happy, then it's right. Like a drug on the dance floor, you're taken to the sky. As you rise and you want more. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause when you love toys, 'cause you love boys. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause when you love toys, 'cause you love boys. It's 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys, 'cause you like boys. So drunk on the dance floor, you're taken to the sky. As you rise and you want more, you've never felt this high. Love how it tastes, and you love how you love how it does. Love when we kiss, you love when it's
Yes, welcome back. It's time for winding this show down. God, I love that man's voice. What a talented young man he is. I'm James Dee, and you're listening to Gay Detroit Radio. So don't forget, that actually was a beautiful interview I'm sorry we lost a lot of it, but we did get some sort of information out of it. But you can actually get in touch with her, but you actually go through Gregory at equalitymi.org. That's Gregory at equalitymi.org. That's Gregory. Get in touch with her through him. Also, the number is 313-537-7000, extension 105. That's 313-537-7000, extension 105. Once again, congratulations to Florida. We'll see how that goes. And I'm going to see you next week because, my God, this show really flew by this week. Hope you did enjoy it. You can see everything and hear everything on gaydetroit.com. That will be at your own time, at your own convenience. Please remember, the show is refreshed every Friday with www.radio-op.com. Every Friday, 9 p.m. And then after that, you can listen to it at your own convenience at gaydetroitradio.com.
Have you seen the old man inside the closed down market, picking up the paper in his worn out shoe? In his eyes you see no pride, his hand holds loosely by his side. Yesterday's paper telling yesterday's news. So how can you tell me you're lonely, and you say for you the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand, I'll lead you through the streets of Detroit. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old girl who walks the streets of Detroit? Dirt in her hair and her clothes in rags. She's no time for talking, she just keeps right on walking, carrying her home to carry her back. So how can you tell me you're lonely, and you say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand, I'll lead you through the streets of Detroit. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. In an all-night cafe at 11:15, the same old man sitting there on his own, looking at the world over the rim of his teacup. Each time less an hour, then he wanders home alone. So how can you tell me you're lonely, and you say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand, I'll lead you through the streets of Detroit. I'll show you something to make you change your mind. Have you seen the old man beside the scene of his mission? Memory fading with the metal ribbons that he wears. In our inner city, the rain cries little plea for one more forgotten hero and a world that doesn't care. So how can you tell me you're lonely, and you say for you that the sun don't shine? Let me take you by the hand, I'll lead show you something to make you change your mind.
Yes, welcome back. It's time for winding this show down. James Dee here, and thank you. I will talk to you next week. Bye. Bye.